The Super Media Bros podcast is a founding member of the OddPods Media Network.
Super Media Bros.
The best part about this video game for me is watching all the nostalgic people clash with all the current gen players who haven't got to experience the old shit.
With me, I never got pissy with it. It's just I was confused on a couple of things.
Yeah, you're not the only one. Welcome to the Super Media Bros podcast, where two best friends give comedically informative takes on movies, music, wrestling, and more. I'm Richie.
I'm Devin.
And we're here to talk about two things. We're here to talk about AEW Fight Forever, which just came out a couple weeks ago, and WWE Money in the Bank, which it's not going to be a full-blown ass review of that pay-per-view. It's just a couple of highlights.
Yeah, because it was not a bad show. It was actually really good, but to me, aside from 3 matches, there was really not a whole lot to dive into, to be honest with you.
No.
I mean, you could make an argument for Gunther and McIntyre, but I'm hoping not. I hope Gunther squashes him.
Same. Drew has not been signed with the company yet again. They still can't come to terms on his contract.
And that's no disrespect to Drew. It's just that I don't care to see him beat it. Even though I can absolutely see WWE saying, oh yeah, let's say it's a week before he would break the record. Yeah, we're breaking your reign now.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
I can totally see them doing it, but I hope not.
Same. I guess let's get into the Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank has pretty much become part of the Big Five. This is like the new King of the Ring, if you will. We've talked about this before. I forgot that this was being held in London.
Yeah, I did too.
So I was just sitting on my couch, and I don't remember, it was 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I was just like, oh, I guess I'm going to scroll through Twitter, and then I see the hashtag Money in the Bank trending, and I'm like, oh, yeah, they're getting a head start. And I seen a clip happen from the men's match. I said, oh, fuck. So I turned it on.
Dude, and you texted me during that, and I was just like, dude, I'm at work. What the fuck are you?
Oh yeah. Stupid me.
I know.
So we had 7 matches on the card. Damian Priest is the guy that they decided to book to win the Money in the Bank ladder match on the men's side. And this one had Butch, LA Knight, Logan Paul, Ricochet, Escobar, and Shinsuke Nakamura. And really the only highlight, and I swear to God, this is the only thing making the rounds right now outside of Damian's win, is that really shitty, scary spot with Ricochet and Logan Paul.
Dude, if Ricochet was just any less talented at this, bruh, could you fucking imagine? Because you saw Logan Paul's trap after this.
Yeah, I was fucked up.
And look at the location of a trap. This could have been
his neck.
Bad. Oh, dude, easily.
And I'm going to say this right now. So if anybody listened to our Forbidden Door review, we talked about the Tiger Driver 91. Dude, where the fuck was the energy from the people bitching about that move for this? Because let me be honest, that move that Kenny and Will Ospreay pulled off in the ring was very controlled. You can even see other angles where Kenny took it on his fucking shoulder,
right,
like he's supposed to. This was stupid.
Well, the thing is you're jumping out of the ring onto ladders
and tables and dude, cutting a flip, mind you, together where even Logan Paul on his podcast was like, I don't know what I'm doing out there. My foot slipped and Ricochet just fucking did it anyway. This is on Ricochet. If he's not staying in character, he did it anyway, but why would Logan break kayfabe and just openly talk about it? He doesn't give a shit.
Right. I think my big issue is the hypocrisy, because whenever people badmouth AEW, they usually they do the fucking cornet thing and they call it Outlaw Indie Mud Show and this and that. It's just spot fest, blah, blah, blah. That's what any ladder match is, especially going to be Money in the Bank. And whenever this spot is taken, it's infinitely more like absurd. Like, what made you think that this is a good idea?
Right. And when you expand the building that it's in and the more fans you have in there, you're going to do the more outlandish shit to get over.
Mhm.
Even if you're not booked to win, you're going to be like, I'm stealing the show.
Yeah,
Because think about it. Damian Priest wins. Look what we're talking about.
exactly. Which, by the way, how do you feel about him versus LA Knight?
To win?
Yeah.
I think it's perfect.
Okay.
LA Knight doesn't need this to get over. LA Knight does not need this to win a championship one day.
Right. And I don't have a preference. I'm glad that either one of them did something. Really, like, there was quite a few of them in here where I was like, no, I'd be more than happy with this outcome. It's just that I do want them to book LA Knight strongly.
They need to book him strongly. He's definitely good on the stick, obviously. Ever since like the Impact days and the NWA days, like the man can talk. Here's my thing. Off air, we were talking about how you probably would have booked this with Finn Balor because to jump around, we're going to jump around the card a bit. Seth Rollins and Finn were wrestling for the World Heavyweight Championship, which Seth retained. When Damian had walked to the ring looking like he was going to cash in and probably to fuck with Rollins, but wound up costing Balor the match inadvertently. Now, I have my opinion on where they could go with this, and I think it would be kind of funny if they did. You were mentioning like kind of having not like a jealousy thing, right? But or something like that. Or
No. So what I thought would have been cool is if Balor won the title, and I understand like it's a new title, you want to establish it with a pretty decent reign, but hear me out. If you're going to have Priest win the Money in the Bank, then imagine if Balor, who is in the same faction as him, win the title. And Balor never makes it like a jealousy thing, or he never, we don't need to spoon feed the audience. We don't need Balor going, and you better not cross me, or any. We don't need that. But just have him like, I think it'd be really cool if he's building up Ripley, he's building up Dom, he's building up Priest. But anytime he does build up Priest, he kind of does like a look of like, okay, I'm kind of watching you. Like, again, don't spoon feed us, don't talk to us like we're children, but just make it like this thing of like, it's really subtle. Like, where's that quality of layer that we saw in the bloodline? Like, do something like that.
I'll throw you one better.
Okay.
Evolution.
Right. Oh?
Evolution. Remember when Batista won the Rumble?
Oh, okay. I was like, come again? What do you? Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Balor's sitting there like, oh, you could totally take on Roman Reigns. You could totally beat the tribal chief. We can both be champions. It's like,
yeah.
Nah, bitch, I'm going to kick your scrawny little fucking, like, comparatively speaking, like, Damian could be like, I'll kick your ass for this belt, which natural babyface heat for Damian.
Yeah.
Because Balor is really good as a heel.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people in the WWE didn't like recognize that at first. Like when back in his fucking Devitt days, man. Come on,
oh
man.
my
dude's
God.
Dude's a good babyface. Dude's a monster fucking heel because he can work.
I know, dude. I'm still so sad that they have treated my mans like this for so many years.
Hey, I mean, he's there on his own accord at this point, dude.
I know. It's got to be the money.
Oh, for sure. He's in a good position where he can bring up younger talent, be kind of coaching to them, and look where he's at company wise. It's not like they're burying him on like the fucking mid to low card. The man is finally kind of back in a spot where he can main event again, and that's a good thing.
Yeah, it's just and coaching has always been in his heart. Like, he coached Becky Lynch, for God's sake. Like, he trained her.
Yeah.
So obviously that's where his heart lies, but it's just like, selfishly as a fan, I wanted more.
I get that. So Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez won the women's tag belts when Baszler turns on Ronda Rousey. And this is literally because Rousey has a hard out on her contract with the company and she wants to leave for good. And her thing is like she wanted to work a program with Shayna Baszler before that happened. That's literally all there is to this. I don't give a fuck where these belts go because I don't feel like they matter. They're just kind of there.
Yeah, I'm indifferent.
Gunther beats Matt Riddle by submission for the IC title or
Good
to
match.
retain it. Yeah, damn good match. It was a short match too, but
Yeah.
it was fucking. I like that Riddle seems to be able to have really good, like, solid matches with anybody he's in there.
Oh
with.
yeah, and dude, you remember a couple of years ago, I was like, I don't like the gimmick. I've seen it so many times.
Bro,
I've seen it so many times.
You can't deny that he does it well.
Oh, he does it excellently. I'm not saying that Riddle himself is horrendous. I'm just saying, like, I feel like that's kind of a time capsule character, you know? Like,
Right.
and I'm just like, been there, done that, whatever.
I feel it.
But he's good at it, and in the ring, he's fucking phenomenal.
Right.
So,
And then Gunther's just Gunther. Like,
you're not gonna go wrong with that.
yeah. So, like, they're setting up a program with him and Drew McIntyre, which, as of this recording, and as far as I know, WWE still hasn't come to terms with Drew on a contract.
No. When does it actually expire? Do you know?
I'm not sure, but I would be pissed off if they put the belt on him. And, like, I just want Gunther to break Honky Tonk Fuck Face's record before that happens. I feel like eventually they're going to do that because I'm going to go ahead and throw this out there. I really think they're going to put Gunther winning the Rumble next year.
I do too.
I really don't have much else to say on the whole McIntyre-Gunther situation until they further that along. But, I mean, good on them for trying to, I guess, appease Drew by putting him in some kind of a higher program than what he's been doing. It's so sad that he fell from as far as he's fallen, like, with the fucking world title picture.
I know. He did his best during the pandemic. But
I know. I feel like Moxley got the better shake of the two on that one because, like, you had two men carrying two different companies on their backs through the pandemic, and they actually gave Moxley, like, a pretty decent, like, second and third run.
Not only that, but I feel like Moxley had more to work with.
Yeah, he definitely does, dude.
And McIntyre's really fucking good.
Sure, yeah.
And he's got the look. He's got, like,
The fans behind him
yeah.
and everything.
It's nothing to do with him. It's just they've booked him to a position where I'm just like, okay, whatever.
It's almost like creative has nothing for him at certain points, and oof, that sucks, dude.
And it's not like a Sandow situation where it's like we can consistently give you the absolute worst and you make it work. McIntyre has to have something. Like, he can't just pull something out of his ass. He has to have some form of structure behind him.
Yeah, and that might be why. That might be why they're just like, fuck this.
Which is so shitty because it's like, no, motherfucker, that's on you.
Right?
Write something for me.
That's why we hire writers.
Yeah.
Unless
like,
you want to let us go out there and do our own fucking shit.
I don't understand their logic.
I don't either. Moving to Cody Rhodes and Dominic Mysterio, it is what it is. Just a decent singles match. Cody picks up the win, and fun match, actually.
Yeah, no.
Dominic's improving a lot.
I know, and I'm really glad to say that because before I was just so indifferent about him as a babyface. Then I thought, hey, this is a great character, but he's still kind of mid in the ring. Like, Dom was what people said about MJF for the longest time, which is that, oh no, he can talk, but in the ring, he's okay, I guess. Now Dom is actually starting to improve.
Yeah, but having Ripley as his heater is really fucking smart.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, everything about that. Do you think that they memed their way into that one where, like, a few fans were making, like, the Dom being domed joke, and then, like, after that, WWE was like, whoa, wait.
We got to run with this whole mommy thing.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. And they're smart for that.
Yes.
It writes itself. They're playing into social media, and low-key, the fans love this.
And it's fucking hilarious.
Do you know how many cuck memes are all over the fucking internet with him and Buddy and her?
And it's fucking great. And also,
it's funny because they're all buddies in real life. Like,
what I
no
was about
pun
to
intended.
say.
It's fucking hilarious.
They're all friends. Like, Dom, like, everybody, like, backstage always talks about, oh, he's such a sweetheart.
Right? It's so funny.
It's so funny because it's like, well, yeah, it's Rey Mysterio's kid.
Of course, yeah. Of course he's going to be fucking, like, nice as hell.
Yeah, but it's just like, God damn, you're so good at this.
Oh, yeah. I'm excited to see where they go with all of that, though, because it looks like they're kind of teasing the dissension within, like, you know, the Judgment Day, which weirdly, as soon as Edge left, that faction got even better.
Yeah, I didn't care for it with Edge, I'll be
Same.
honest. Like,
Same.
straight up did not care.
The women's Money in the Bank match is a different story, however. I loved the finish of this motherfucker, and it went to the right person.
Absolutely.
Io Sky is fantastic. I fucking love her. I hope they give her something good from this. The way they booked this was she handcuffed Bayley in Becky Lynch's arms under the ladder rung, and she climbed over Bayley to fucking win. It was amazing. I loved it.
I know, and I'm just so excited to see that because I hope they treat her better than they have Asuka.
Yeah, Asuka's okay. Like she's kind of having like a decent run. I hope they treat her better than they treated Kyrie.
Well, that's what I'm getting at is like, and I don't want to make it like a race thing, but
no, it's not even that. It's that I feel like when they have people like Io Sky or Asuka, hell, even anybody else, like with Ray at first, they didn't know what to do with him. They didn't know they don't know what to do with their international talent a lot of the time.
They really don't. Outside of the stereotype, especially with Asuka, because it's like she is a very animated person. And so I feel like they looked at that and then they were like, we'll just make you anime.
Exactly. Like they looked at Asuka and they're like, just be eccentric.
Yeah.
And she's probably like, but I already am.
Right.
Then just be you. And then throw it like recently, throw a little bit of Muda in there.
Mm-hmm.
That I want, like, I like her better now than they were using her.
Right. Yeah.
Not that she was terrible. I think it's a strength of hers. Like she's very funny and she's fucking over the top. But I dig the fact that they're giving a little more mystique with the new face paint. But then they kind of missed the mark on bringing this look back if they weren't going to make her a monster heel that doesn't lose.
I thought that's what the point was.
Yeah.
Where's that Asuka from NXT, man?
That's the Asuka I want back. I want the Asuka that we didn't think was going to lose to Charlotte fucking Flair at WrestleMania, but we should have known better.
Dude, I remember on our way to New Orleans, I was like, dude, imagine this. They book Ronda Rousey to be unstoppable, undefeated. Asuka stays undefeated as champion. Next WrestleMania, streak versus streak for the title.
Yeah, that would have been great.
Like, and we have both, let's be honest, kind of shit on Ronda Rousey after that night because she slowly got real sloppy and shitty and whatnot.
She doesn't care.
No, but it's like, again, where's that Ronda?
Shit.
Because that first night we were both like, hell yeah. But either way, dude, if you kept that energy, that would have been a great fucking match.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. We already touched on Seth Rollins and Finn Balor for the World Heavyweight title, which that was a pretty fucking great match too.
Yes.
Excited to see where they're going with Seth. I hope he has a lengthy run. I mean, that's really all I got to say about it.
Yeah, he's doing good.
Yep.
And the title is growing on me.
Yeah, for sure. Same. Now, the real story coming out of this pay-per-view is the Bloodline Civil War between the Usos and Roman and Solo Sikoa. I had to laugh my ass off at one point during this match because, like, I love how much foreign and international crowds, quote, hijack the show.
Mm-hmm.
Those motherfuckers, like, take your shoes off if you hate Roman, or, like, stand up if you hate Roman. Roman catches wind of this and fucking sits down on the apron and looks at Paul. Wise man, this is the dumbest place ever. Like, the shit that he's fucking saying, he's like, this is the, like, just disbelief, like, this is the dumbest place ever. Like, just... that man, when they let Roman be himself, I started liking him more.
Yeah. No.
Because the man is funny.
Dude, he's fucking hilarious. Like, he didn't do this, but I think he learned a little bit from Kevin Owens. You know that one clip where he had Roman in the headlock and he's just shit-talking the fans? And Roman has to, like, cover his face.
Because he's laughing?
Yes.
Yeah, dude.
I feel like he was like, what would KO say to these people?
I guarantee you those four and Sammy and Kevin are probably chummy as fuck and crack up together all the time. Sammy and Kevin, like, Sammy's funny, but Kevin Owens has, like, that real, like, he doesn't even have to try. He's just funny.
Kevin is absolutely the dick of the two. Like, Kevin's sense of humor, that dry fucking douchebag sense of humor.
It's perfect.
It's exactly what you would expect from a Kevin.
For sure. Now, going into this match, I think a lot of us were like, Solo and Roman are going to walk out with this, but I love the parallels. The last person to pin Roman Reigns was Jey Uso.
Mm-hmm.
The person that pinned Roman Reigns on this pay-per-view was Jey Uso. Yeah, the Usos fucking won, and the crowd popped huge for that, and
blew my fucking mind.
it blew my mind too. And there's a lot of people being like, "Oh, they should have saved that for Cody," and I'm like, "No, The story is that now Roman like has a mark on his record where he's not unbeatable. He's fucking human. Then the title wasn't on the line, so it doesn't matter. It's not like wins and losses count in this company like another company.
I know,
but this is part of the fracture of his entire shit. Like, you saw the look that Solo gave him too at one point where he's just like, I can't believe you. Like, he tried to pin both of them at one point, still couldn't fucking do it. Solo just looked disappointed as hell. And he looked disappointed as hell when he fucking lost too. And it wasn't Solo taking the pinfall. The fact that Roman's the one that took the pinfall in this match.
And now we can make Roman like super pissed. Like, we're about to get him unleashed.
We're about to get Soviet Superman Roman Reigns.
Oh, dude,
like,
I can't wait.
We're about to get Injustice Superman
That shit's
Roman.
God, that shit's gonna be fucking gas, dude.
The thing I'm looking forward to is like seeing how the psychology of that loss is going to play into his matches in the future, where he like, say he takes like a pinfall that he barely gets out of and he's like freaking the fuck out, like fuck. Like, he's just, that's harping on the back of his mind the whole time.
That would be fucking cool. I would love that.
And then maybe build on Solo Sikoa being disappointed in him.
Ooh.
What if Solo Sikoa's the guy that takes the place of Roman? Like, he's the guy that's up next. Like, they give it to him.
It's an option.
Yeah, I just don't know what they're going to do with the championship, because the plan is still to have him and Cody Rhodes again at WrestleMania next year. So I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But the next big pay-per-view is SummerSlam. The logo for this year's SummerSlam looks fire as fuck. They're going to fucking Detroit, Michigan. This is the first SummerSlam to be held in Michigan since the 1993 SummerSlam. That that we're going to be covering.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn, dude. That's fucking wild.
I know. We're going to take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're going to talk about AEW Fight Forever. You're listening to the Super Media Bros podcast on the OddPods Media Network. Don't go anywhere.
Hey, I'm Hansel Aaron from the BFYTW podcast, here with my buddy Stevie.
Hey, what's up?
And Augie.
Hey.
And we're here to, first of all, categorically deny the rumors going around that all we've been doing lately is copying other podcasts. This is categorically untrue, and we deny it completely. Having said that, please enjoy the rest of the Super Media Brothers podcast. And when you're done with that, feel free to check out our new project, Ultra Telecommunication Siblings, a show where best friends give informatively comedic takes on music, gaming, pro wrestling, movies, and more. Pretty sure that's never been done before.
All right, we're back, and we're going to go back in time and also like to the present, because AEW Fight Forever has just been released, and it is on Switch, PS4, PS5, Microsoft Windows, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S. This game has been out like for a week. I know I said like a couple weeks ago in the intro, but it feels like it's been out a little longer because we've been waiting on this son of a bitch for so long.
And also, we spent so many hours playing it.
Yeah, so like I want to say a couple things like before we get into the gameplay that we've been doing. The gripe right out of the gate is the fact that this game took so long to come out that it's actually dated a little bit now.
Yeah, and that is the case for honestly every wrestling game I've ever seen in my entire life. But some of the issues, I'm like, it's nothing to write it off about. But
Sure.
I think what kind of gets me is the limited customization. And whenever I say that, let's say somebody has a gimmick change. Well, usually you can just take their model and just customize it to fit more along the lines of what they have today. You can't really do that here.
No, and Kenny Omega did say that they were going to be rolling out updates and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I agree. The customization mode is really basic, but at the same time, back in the day, I mean, we did have a lot more options on the Nintendo 64, which this is basically a throwback to like WCW Revenge, WWF No Mercy, and all that other stuff. But it feels like they did, I hate even saying this, it feels like the game was not finished and they were just like, put it out and we'll update it as we go.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, the game itself is not perfect, but fuck, am I having a great time with it.
Yeah, I'm having a blast with it too. Like, the only issues that I have with this outside of like its presentation, some of the controls are a little broken. Like, the reversal system isn't that great. Like, it's not like, you have to be almost like too precise with the reversal system.
See, I've actually gotten to the point where I'm pretty solid at it. Me and my buddy was playing for like hours last night.
You almost have to hover over the block button.
I'm okay with that. That
Yeah.
part, that's not my gripe. As far as the controls go, I really don't have any gripes except for I'm not crazy about the kick out mechanic.
The kick out mechanic is stupid. The recovery mechanic is shit too. If you get hit like too hard, you're just down and you can't
Is
like.
there a recovery?
I don't think so. Like, I'm sitting there just
Okay.
mashing buttons the whole time trying
I
to get
do
up
it
and there's
too
nothing happening.
I do it too instinctively because of how the WWE games have programmed me, but I don't think it's doing anything. I might be wrong.
If I remember right, and this might be where I'm fucking up because like the monkey brain is taking over here as far as like getting, because I picked this up and went right to it. I barely used the damn training mode because my hands instinctually went back to the N64 kind of shit where I was like, oh, this must be for this and blah, blah, blah. If I remember right, on the older games, I think the joystick, moving it in a circle, is where you like.
It's what it was for the WWE games for sure.
So I need to try that because I'm thinking like I'm fucking up by not using the taunt wheel to like get up or whatever.
And that's my big issue. We were talking at the intro about like divisions and everything, like a generational divide. And mine is like, no, this game is fire, but damn, I'm confused. I will say this as far as like gameplay wise, we can talk about the customization, and that's a very personal thing. I just love customizable gameplay. That's just me, especially for like titles and stuff. Dude, I would have had a blast making my own championship, but that's little things, Gameplay wise, I'm also cool with the reversals. I have noticed that it is damn near strictly momentum based. So I don't even know if obviously it's about if you timed it right, but I feel like so much of it is also riding on how's your momentum. But as far as things that I would outright change, the kick out, I would honestly do something more similar to what WWE has done for years. It's like that circle with the dial
You
and
have
the
to like
line.
fill it up or whatever by like moving or tapping or something.
Yeah, you do it and then stop right at the line. I love that mechanic. So that's a preference, but okay, like button mashing. I think I got it. I don't know, because my buddy, anytime he would try and pin me, he knew, no, don't try and pin him whenever he's still got health.
Right.
So it's really hard to tell if I couldn't kick out because I was doing it wrong, or if I couldn't kick out because my boy was dead.
Now they're going to be rolling out some stuff for this game, like the Stadium Stampede match is actually being rolled out currently, and it's going to be a free update. And the way they're presenting it is like an online battle, kind of similar to like
Like a Fortnite.
So yeah, pretty much. Like, it's up to 30 people that can compete in a giant stadium in an open environment. You can do weapon loadouts. There's item chests. There's vehicles. You can ride fucking horseback like Hangman Page did in the first one. They're also kind of doing the leveling system like a battle pass, which that's great. I like that they're putting like mini games and other stuff on here. So
Yeah.
like there's something for everybody with this game. I could have used a little more out of the career mode if I'm being honest. Like, it's fun, but it feels a little too by the numbers.
Yeah, and I feel like the career mode, I'm like, when it comes to career modes of any game, I'm kind of like, whatever, because it's a sports game, so career mode is going to be limited. I'm indifferent to that. Honestly, if you ask me, career mode to WWE 12 is still peak. Maybe it's nostalgia goggles. I don't know, but I fucking loved that. This one's, it's decent. It definitely gives you the throwback vibes that, they were clearly chasing. So I'm not going to rag too much on it. Okay, I got two things that I'm going to rag on. One being, where the fuck is, let's say, Blood and Guts, or really any cage match? I can only halfway rag on that because DLC. They might update that.
That's what I was going to say. More match types and characters and roster people are going to get rolled out over time.
Yeah. So that's cool.
The blood mechanic is... I do have a gripe about the blood mechanic.
Okay.
I don't like that you can't get busted open where like you constantly are bleeding from the head like the wrestlers actually do, because that was like a thing in the other games. But it's just minor gripes. It's nothing that's affecting like, do I like this game or not? Yeah, I fucking love this game.
Yeah, I want to throw that out there too. We're pointing out the nitpicks because otherwise, if we don't, then number one, it's never going to get updated. Number two, then we're just going to sound like marks. Let's be honest.
Right. And Kenny and company are welcoming all the feedback.
Right.
And this is literally not us being like, man, fuck this game, because it's not even close to fuck this game. This game's fire as hell.
Dude, I bought the Elite Edition and I regret nothing.
Right. That's what I was going to say too, is the fact that when this game came out, if you pre-ordered it, you got Matt Hardy, and then you had to get the Elite Edition to get the season pass, which was the early access to FTR, Keith Lee, the Bunny, and Hook and Danhausen, which, look, I disagree with them leaving FTR out of this game completely.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That was fucked up. You already are lacking tag teams on this game as is. It's like, did you only want the Bucks to be the tag team that's on this game? Like, for fuck's sake.
The Bucks and the Lucha Brothers.
Yeah. Also, let's go ahead and, like, I know this is a thing. Kenny and the Bucks are OP on here. If you fight them in game, and the Big Show, Paul White, if you fucking fight Paul White, the Bucks, or Omega, you're getting your ass kicked unless you can fuck with them somehow. Oh, they added weight mechanics, which I thought was a really cool option.
I love the fact that nobody has actual stats; they just have abilities, because it feels real. But also, it's like, yeah, they're OP, but I never feel like, dude, what the fuck is this? You know?
Right. Like if you wrestle John Cena on WWE games where he's a 96 or some shit, and you're like, what the fuck? And then like fucking Triple H is like a 94, and you're like, yeah, right. You're fucking 4 out of 10.
Come on.
I'm shitting on him. I like him. But that's when I see WWE games, I'm like, oh man, they really like giving like Orton and all these guys, like, of course they're giving like Orton and Cena and Triple H like these big fucking numbers, but they've been around a while. And I realize that the Bucks and Kenny have been around a while, but they are also the fucking vice presidents of this company.
Yeah. It's kind of one of those things that's like, man, if you make them too weak, then it's like, guys, what are y'all doing? But if you make them too strong, then it's like, come on, guys. Like,
they give God mode to Cody on here because he's not even in the company anymore.
Dude.
They're funny as hell.
But here was my other, like, this one is an actual, like, again, it is a personal issue, but if I were to say one issue that I have, I don't like that there is no universe mode or franchise mode or whatever you want to call it, depending on the game it is. But like, whether it is the 2K basketball games or the 2K WWE games, they have a mode where it's like everything is canon. You know, like you have stats, you have numbers, you have who has won Money in the Bank the most, who has won the Royal Rumble, how long have they been in there, how many eliminations, who has done what in one particular match the most, who has done it of all time, you know, like how many title reigns have you had, et cetera, et cetera. We can go all day, and it's this never-ending universe mode. Now, the 2K basketball games, I want to say go to like 80-something years, and there's retirements, et cetera. I'm not asking for that, but I would like a WWE universe mode to be implemented into this. I don't think they ever will, but if I had my one genie in the bottle wish to add to this game, it would be that.
I think that's what they're doing with the online play, honestly. If you look at every match that you wrestle, you can go to the stats, and it shows like all your shit.
I know, but it's like, it's not the same of what I
know, but I think this is kind of like their soft version of it, really.
Yeah, and I do like that they have character records, though. That's cool. As well as online, you have a win-loss record. That's all great, you know? I mean, I don't know. Universe mode was the mode I always played in a WWE game, so, of course, naturally, when I pick up any wrestling game, That's the first beeline that I make for.
Now, I feel bad for anybody that's got this on the Switch.
Really? Because I almost considered.
Yeah, don't. The fact, well, you can really only go to 30 frames a second on the Switch, dude. It's not even going to reach 60.
Okay.
Like,
That's
there's
true.
that. And then I'm sorry, but like the Switch is not built for games like this.
Mm-mm.
The Nintendo Switch already has like lack of memory problems.
Yeah, that's true.
This game was built to be played on PC and Xbox and PlayStation. I dig the fuck out of the pyro system.
Yeah, that shit is so sick, dude. Because everybody complains about the lack of entrances, like that they're not full entrance. And I get it, but also if you're going to do arcade style, I can absolutely see myself in the movie theater playing an arcade game before the movie. And that's the entrance that they gave.
Right. And it reminds me of Saturday Night Slam Masters. Do you remember that? It's an old fucking arcade.
No, I can't say that I do.
Okay, so Saturday Night Slam Masters was a Capcom like fighting game, but it was a wrestling game. And the fucking cool thing about it is that they let you do like Irish whips and like rope rebounds and off the top rope shit and then like wrestling moves, but it had fucking Hager from Final Fight.
Oh, wow.
In that bitch. I think that's who it was and where he came from. Now, if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. I'm old and my brain is showing. But Saturday Night Slam Masters was cool because like it was arcade. It was ported to console, but the way they would do it is like you pick your guy, the computer gets picked, and there's two separate entrances on the left and right side, and they just show you like walking out towards the ring, and then they pan over and show the other guy walking out towards the ring, and then they pan like to the center of the crowd, and then they zoom out, and you're both already in the ring ready to go.
Mm.
That would be kind of neat.
Right.
I get the whole arcade thing, and that's what this game is going for, but I'm still sitting there like, man, some of these guys like signature poses and shit happen in the fucking ring.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, I get it, but okay. Now with the pyro system, what we're referring to is you can change the camera angle during the entrance and you control what pyro goes off and how often and how much it goes off. You can blow the pyro budget more than Cody Rhodes does every night. Swear on everything. You can give wrestlers that don't have pyro. Every time CM Punk comes to the ring, I give him fucking flames shooting from the front of the stage because I just think it's fucking hilarious when he yells it's clobbering time and stands up and the flames fucking throw up. And I'm like, hell yeah. That man would never do that in a million years, though. He's just like, nah, fuck all that.
Yeah.
It'd be like Steve Austin. Like, remember how Steve Austin would fuck with Sean and be like, you little sparklers going in the ring and shit.
But no, dude, like, I love this game, like, for real. It's not perfect. Like, whenever IGN gave it a 6 out of 10, I personally wouldn't. I would say more like 7.
You're coming off like that Michael Jordan meme, and I took that personally.
Well, no, it's not like that.
It's funny. It was just funny.
But it's just like, I can't argue with a 6 out of 10 because it's definitely not perfect. But like, here's how I describe it. Whenever I was playing just against the computer, and I was thinking 6 out of 10, I was like, that's fair. Okay, 6 out of 10. Yeah, I get it. When I'm playing online or against friends, I'm like, the fuck are you talking about? This is like an 8. This is fire. I love it. I still wish it was more customizable, and I still wish the pinning mechanics or kick-out mechanics are different, but aside from that, no, I'm having a great time. This is phenomenal. It's all in like, I feel like this is strictly a friends and online game.
Yeah, it really is. Like, I am for the first time looking into buying like a PSN membership or even just like a 3-month card. I haven't entered into online matches just yet, only because I know there's like a bunch of trolls out there and I don't game competitively anymore. I like to game to just fucking chill.
Right.
I raged earlier at the ass end of my road to elite because the multiple wrestler mechanic is so fucking broken. That's another thing that needs improved upon. The computers are able to like glitch through and run and jump over motherfuckers, but anytime you're trying to like break a pinfall, the switch mechanic to look at a different person, that is broken as shit too. because it doesn't always work. You have to click down on the L3 pad, and it doesn't always fucking work. So you're sitting there with your thumb up your ass trying to like look at somebody different, and by the time it happens, the person you were trying to look at is already behind you beating the shit out of you, and there's no like recovery. Like if you get hit really hard and knocked the fuck down, you're just out, and God forbid you accidentally dropped a weapon that you can't see, because if you land on it, that fucks you up too.
Yep.
Like, I got all the way to the end of my road to Elite with the championship, and I fucking lost it. I didn't even get pinned, and I lost in a 4-way because the referee mechanic is shit. The look at a different person mechanic is shit. And then when you actually go to attack to break the pinfall up, like, I know you can press triangle and do a quick stomp, but mostly it drops like a slow elbow. And I was like dropping for the elbow by the time the 3 count happened. I was like, fuck that. I already had this triggered and in motion, and the pinfall should have been like split, but the referee mechanic is shit because I tried to pin so many times and the referee just derps out and then walks and then drops and gives the slowest fucking 3 count ever. When you don't have a referee in the match at all, because there's an option to turn the referee off, the pinfall happens like lightning fast, dude. And I was mostly pissed off because like all of that factored in together and fucked me over. It was like the trifecta of fuckery.
Yeah, I was just sitting there eating some spaghetti, and I was like, yeah, I'm just listening to this man get mad.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't raged at a fucking video game in a long time.
Last time I saw it was probably Breath of the Wild.
That was different, though, dude. That's a fucking drift issue on the Joy-Con. Because I remember, because I climbed all the way up to the top of something, the little fucker ran off, and I wasn't even holding the goddamn controller. That's what I was pissed about.
And you started punching the joystick.
Dude, it was already broken anyway. I was like, fuck it.
I was like, the fuck?
Yeah, fuck that piece of shit.
In my mind, because, like, you don't ever want to say it in the moment because then you're just going to get even more mad. But that smart ass in me, as soon as you started punching it, I was like, yep, that's going to make it all better.
It did.
Did it really?
Yep, it sure the fuck did. It sure the fuck did.
God damn. Maybe that's my problem. Maybe I'm too calm when I play video games.
I need a punching bag. Like, I straight up need a punching bag. And it's not even like, it's just like, okay, let me get this out real quick and then get back to it. Because, like, I can get it out and then I can get a good workout in while I'm doing it. It's it's like some people are just like, I need to go fucking box at the gym, like, to get this out. I need to go run. I need to do something. I will still make fun of fucking like Monster Energy Kyle motherfuckers that are just like, hey, where's the nearest drywall?
Right.
Because that ain't me. I'm just like, I need a punching bag. That's more healthy and constructive. I can at least like get some cardio out and just and do a full workout. I'm like, I need to get this out. But fuck that Joy-Con for real. That bitch was already like on its way. I was like, you know what, fuck, I'm just gonna break it. It'll make me feel better.
Damn.
I had another one.
Fair enough.
The creator wrestler stats. That's something that we almost had to dig to figure out how to fucking do.
Yeah, there was no tutorial or anything on that. I mean, thankfully you got some angels on the internet that will show you how to do it, but
yeah,
if they never did that, I never would have learned.
It made me laugh too because I went to go try my guy out in the ring after assigning all these moves. I'm like, oh man, look how like fluid these are. Bro, I got in the ring and I thought I was like swimming in concrete with my guy. Like barely moving. I'm like, why is he so fucking slow? Why he built like that?
Bruh, there's so many features to this game that makes me think, nah, Kenny and the developers were just trying to get a pop out of people.
They're doing a pop and a rib at the same time.
Dude, like the diverticulitis thing.
I forgot.
Bruh.
So Brock Lesnar famously battled diverticulitis. When you go into the creative mode, they obviously can't call certain finishing moves by their names because gimmick infringement. However, it's wrestling, so those moves get used anywhere. They called it the diverticulitis. They called it the diverticulitis. That was not good.
No, that shit was god tier. I loved it. Between that or like some of the dialogue whenever certain wrestlers show up, like they made mention of The Rock and then the yes thing with Daniel Bryan, you know, like
Oh yeah, because I was in the elite mode with CM Punk and I was eating dinner because like that's how you like regain your health. Like you go work out and you go sightseeing and you have dinner.
mm-hmm.
He came out and he said something like I need to stop making food and wrestling references before Dwayne smells what's cooking, if you know what I mean. And I'm like, oh, they really went there. And then immediately without missing a beat, CM Punk goes, yes. Oops, I probably shouldn't say that either.
Just stuff like that. Or whenever Jeff Hardy does his taunt, like the little dance, he goes, I'm paraphrasing the actual sound, but he goes,
dude, that's what I was actually about to start talking about, how the wrestlers' personalities show up when they're in submission holds. Like Moxley is just like, okay, yeah, I submit. Like, all right, yeah, that's enough. Like, and he just fucking taps. Orange Cassidy is just like, oh, you're really heavy. Like, he fucking is just sitting there like, you're really heavy. It just like says the most random shit. I fucking love it.
Yeah, no, it's fucking great.
Fucking Jericho, ask him.
Yeah,
I love it.
The whole thing, like, they did a great job and giving different wrestlers their own personal abilities. Like, Orange Cassidy can do the pockets thing, or
love it.
Darby with the skateboard.
Love it.
Granted, anybody can ride on the skateboard, but Darby has it as like an ability.
I love that it just goes.
Yeah.
You can just kickflip into somebody and knock them down and just keep going.
It's the way he does it too.
He's like a little shit when he does it. He's like, flip.
I really want a like spin-off series, an AEW spin-off series that's kind of like the Trailer Park Boys. I want Darby, Mox, Eddie,
Sting.
Sting's
got to be like that real fucking quiet comic relief, dude.
Yeah.
Who's the bubbles of that group?
Oh dear God. Okay, it is, but it isn't Darby, because like I'm thinking of him being like that one dude that it's just like, oh dear God, he's on screen. Fuck. Like something is about to happen. Like he's just that one kid that doesn't actually form very many coherent sentences. He does, but he doesn't do it often.
You know Moxley's Ricky, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That's Ricky.
But Darby is just sitting in the corner and they're like, hey, Darbs, what are you doing there, bud? Making fireworks. And he just fucking shoots a rat underneath somebody's trailer with a fucking firework. Like, that's what I fucking want, dude. I want Lance Archer. I want the Butcher and the Blade. I want all of like the trashy guys on the roster or the questionable ones all in a trailer park.
Jesus Christ. Make that a mini game. Make that a whole fucking mini
Just
game.
an open world mini game.
Open world trailer park mini game. Fuck it. Motherfucker. THQ's fucking like listening in on this podcast like,
it's free real estate. Oh, dude, if we're doing a Darby Allin mini game, can we please do a Mount Everest one?
oh yeah, because ain't he training to fucking go climb Mount Everest?
Yeah, like, what if, like, the mini game is he's already at the top and he skateboards down?
Snowboard.
Yeah, like, he's a snowboard game, dude. He's got to avoid the little, like, the rocks and shit.
I've already got a fucking name for this.
What?
Downhill Darby Derby.
Yeah!
I swear to God, the
Dude,
3D.
That shit would be fucking sick.
See, like, THQ needs to fucking, like, come consult us on this dumb shit. You guys sell 1 million copies, like, in a month, easily. And I'm being gracious. I'm saying that, like, it would probably be 2 weeks, but, like, a month. That I just remembered we were talking about, like, the voiceovers for the submissions and all that shit. Jim Ross could not have sounded more uninspired with his commentary on this game. Like, Excalibur and Tony Schiavone are very excited to be there. Jim Ross is just, like, real monotone.
He sounds like he obviously he's reading cue cards, but
Sure.
you can tell he's reading cue
You're
cards.
not supposed to be able to tell they're reading cue cards.
Yeah.
I think he showed up and got his money and went to fuck home.
Do you think he's unenthusiastic to be in the company now, or do you think it's more along the lines of like, I'm old, I don't understand it, and I don't care about video games?
I think it's a little bit of both, because he did really great commentary on the older WWE games.
Mm-hmm.
His contract is up soon. I don't know if he's going to stick around. And to be fair,
so.
at this point, it's sad to say if he does stick around, I've said it before. You've said it before. Put him backstage to help the talent. He doesn't need to be on screen anymore. It's very apparent that even though he does like it, like his grump is showing.
Mm-hmm.
And that doesn't like look good on your company.
Right.
Final thoughts on this game.
I'll meet in the middle with myself and call it like a 7.5. Only because like when I'm online or playing with friends or something, it's an 8, you know?
That's what it's built for.
Yeah, because at that point, I'm like, all right, things I don't like. There's no universe. Customization is very limited. And I don't like the kick out mechanic. So those are my kind of qualms with it. But what we do have, save for the actual kickouts, I'm like, yeah, no, this is perfectly fine. Like, I love this. Genuinely, I love this game.
Yeah, I do too. I give it a 7 for me.
Mm-hmm.
I have one thing to say before we bounce on this. I did crack myself up a little bit because I forgot that you can do intergender matches on here.
Yeah.
So in career mode, I'm backstage and I'd been getting warned about teaming with Moxley because he wound up turning on me and all this other shit. Thunder Rosa comes backstage and I'm like, oh, what's she going to talk to me about? And she gets pissed off at me and she's like, well, since I can't talk any sense into you, that's why I've booked us a match tonight. Lights out. And I'm like, what? Did you have 4 shots of tequila before you fucking showed up in my locker?
Sorry,
Wait,
that's
what?
racist.
No, it's not.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Okay.
Like, did she drink before she showed up in the locker room? Did she fucking like have like one too many puffs of the magic dragon? And she rolled up in there and she's like, hey, dude, I'm going to be.
Oh, that's got to be racist.
She's smoking weed. Like, it could be, if it was Chris Statlander showing up, I would still be like, bitch, had too many shots of tequila, rolled up in there with a fucking joint. Like, what are you doing? She rolled in there. I was like, she's challenging me. Wait, we can do this? You can wrestle a chick on this game? Bruh. The bell rung and I was like, okay. And you know how like most of the heels do that first out of the gate, like right before the bell rings, they beat your ass?
Uh-huh.
She did that to me. Oh man, I fucking threw her through so many tables. I was like, are you going down? Like, she was powerful too. Like, she was beating my ass. Dude. She was beating my I love Thunder Rosa. She was beating my ass so hard, dude. I was like, you know what? Fuck this. I just wound up grabbing all the weapons I could. And I had to, dude. I had to beat the shit out of her to fucking just win.
Beat the fucking brakes off of that bitch.
It's fucking crazy too, because in the mode, I never put 2 and 2 together that like you can, you know, match up your opponents in exhibition, where you're choosing from the entire roster. When you started scrolling men, women, champions, originals, like, holy fuck, okay. I think it's like the first game to do that since I think SmackDown versus Raw 09.
Probably.
It's been a while, dude.
It's been a while.
But yeah, if you like a good arcade style game and you grew up playing WrestleMania 2000 or No Mercy or WCW NWO Revenge, this is the game for you. Hell, if you just like wrestling and you want a game that you can just casually pick up and play, this is easy enough to pick up. Hell, there's even a mode, and I didn't mention this earlier. There's like a casual mode that you can flip on to where like you can like strong grapple with X, and you don't have to like push the directional pad. You can push any button and it'll do a random move for you.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Like they designed it pretty much for people that want to just kind of sit back and not have to like work too hard to fucking like maneuver shit. But then you got people like me that I know that like up triangle is going to be a pretty fucking badass like leg move. And then like, a down X is going to be like a pile driver or some shit.
I want to learn how to play the game.
I was going to say call Triple H to play the game, but he ain't in here.
No, but they do have the fucking default entrance for Goldberg.
Make Gilbert.
Oh my!
Please make Gilbert. Do it.
Bet.
All right, so come hang out with us next week. We are premiering our brand new Cult Cinema Saturday series. We're condensing the Cult Cinema Showdown to special events. This is in large part for us to be able to just talk about these movies that we have been like waiting to talk about for God knows how long. Giving more time to them. Hell, I think it's going to be fucking blast because like Devin fucking sent me a video earlier where I was like, yeah, this is happening. I can't wait to talk about it. We'll announce that one in a couple weeks. I can't fucking wait to do that one. Jesus Christ. Next week, we will kick this motherfucker off with a Hollywood classic.
Yeah.
Who killed Captain Alex?
We still don't know.
We really don't know who killed Captain Alex. Maybe we'll figure it out on this rewatch, but just tune in and hang out with us. Expect the unexpectable. And then we'll come back after that and jump in our 30-year time machine series and go back to 1993 to talk about WCW Beach Blast, which that was actually kind of a fun pay-per-view. So that's what we got in the pipeline. Thanks for hanging out with us this week. This was a blast to fucking talk about video games.
Oh, fuck yeah, man.
It's been a while for that shit.
I know, like, with me personally, I'm a casual gamer, and I do mean, like, I play usually to just relax, kind of like what you do, but I pick and choose very, very conservatively. So
Same.
It's very rare that we come across a game that we're both playing.
Oh yeah, so it's always fun to do that.
Yeah.
Don't forget to come back next week and check out the Cult Cinema Saturday premiere. Until then, I'm Richie.
Yeah, I'm Devin.
Shades on.
We're off.